Semi-final one, Mr. Swarang.
Thank you, Akhil. Let me share my screen. Uh, yes, thank you everyone for joining the call, and thanks for ICAI. Thanks to ICAI for arranging this. My topic for today is automating SaaS revenue recognition and KPI reporting. For the reader, for the participants, and for people who don't know what SaaS is, it is basically software as a service. Think about Zoho, HubSpot, Salesforce. All these new age tech tools are basically run on software as a service platform model hosted on the cloud, where revenue recognition becomes a very big challenge when you have thousands and thousands of customers and you have a lot of data to churn, right? So, what is the real problem that I face at my workplace? Is it is really time consuming manual effort to keep updating all the invoices, right? I can just show you. Is my screen visible?
Yeah,
Is my
yes.
screen visible?
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's a lot of formulas that are there. There are hundreds and thousands of rows. This is like a very sample data set, but for a large company, this can go for 10, 15,000, even lakhs of rows. And as you can see, formulas are quite complex. So if you see this view, it's just full of really, really complex formulas, which really breaks the Excel file. It becomes very heavy to manage, very difficult to audit, uh, and it's not really scalable for a big company, right? And most importantly, this is not automated. Every time you get an invoice which is generated, you have to manually update it and follow that manual workflow. So that is problem statement one. And most importantly, the other problem statement also that I have currently automated at my workplace is KPI reporting. Which basically, if you see, when I get an invoice, it's just an invoice, but I have no intelligence on whether this is a recurring customer, if it is a new customer, if the existing customer is giving me extra dollars, which is called expansion, or if the customer has churned, like as he left, stopped using my service. So both of these I have tried to solve with my solution. Um, so I'll go to the solution now. So how I have used AI is basically I'm someone who's completely non-technical before AI came into place. So what I have simply done is brainstorm with AI and how we could solve this problem. With the help of ChatGPT, I have simply used ideated, right from going from Zoho APIs, taking the API, taking the entire invoicing data, pushing it to Excel. And where I have used AI now is to basically help me code with Power Query. All I have done is simple natural language to convert logic to code. And based on that, as I'll show you now, I've automated and built various types of reports and sheets, which would basically solve for the complex and heavy data set problems that I just mentioned. Um, so this will the tools that I've used is ChatGPT mainly, as you can see over here. Right from creating the prompt to Power Query, creating the entire prompt, right? So right from the prompt, this entire workable Power Query code is generated. Uh, I've done a bit of, as they say, it was not a perfect code, so you have to go back and forth. As you can see, you can just mention there, you can use screenshots to generate that code. So with the help of that, now I'll go to my Excel. Yeah. So as you can see, everything over here is like quite formulated. Now, if I'll just show what I have been able to do, is I'll open the Power Query code. Uh, it's just loading the data. So right from everything that you see on the left hand side, all the queries, all the client ID, secret access zone, this is all dummy data. So privacy is not a concern. Everything has been created with the help of ChatGPT. This is an information I had no clue about before picking this up. And most importantly, as we can see, there are like 15-20 steps here, but all I have done is simply go to ChatGPT, put some logic, and of course brainstorm with it. It's not always perfect. There are some date formatting issues, there are syntax issues that had to be resolved. So one data set that I have pulled is basic invoice list that will pull directly from Zoho. Then the second is helping me calculate the entire revenue recognition right from the start month of the particular contract and up to which date the contract is signed. It is fully dynamic and fully automated. Like if tomorrow a deal comes for 2028 end date, it will throw all the columns up to 2028. Most importantly, as as a during my reportings of our internal business intelligence, we also need to know uh, which client has been added new, who's churned, who's expanded, etc. So point being, all of this has been prepared with the help of ChatGPT. I'll just close this Power Query for now. Currently, the data has been loaded. Just a second. Yeah, currently the data has been loaded only up to September, as you can see over here. Now what we can do, this is the revenue recognition sheet, which is fully automated as an output coming from the file that I prepared, which has most importantly, what is my total revenue for the contract, clearly bifurcating the revenue across all the months that it is applicable. And most importantly, it also helps me calculate based on this input sheet. I've created a dynamic input sheet so it can be used for any month for closing revenue recognition faster during month closes. So YTD recognize helps me understand how much revenue has been recognized on that contract, how much is my deferred revenue for the month, and this is basically residual column is a check to ensure that everything is zero. Only if everything is zero means that the plotting on a line item has been done correctly. And just for simplicity, also I've added a pass fail rule in which this case is all pass. As you can see over here, this is just to show an example. $6,000 from 1st January to 31st January. Manually, if we do it, divided by 365 into 28 comes to 460. That is the same output that's been given by the simple logical code Power Query is helping me push. Same is the case over here, that this is a sample for another contract for 1200 for 4th January start date is $89 for that month. So now I'll just go to this is the customer summary sheet that I mentioned, where, as you can see, since the start date was September, it's mentioned September, uh, and you can see various tags that are getting added, whether the customer is same from prior month, whether it's a new customer, whether it's an expansion, whether it's a downgrade, or whether it's a churn. Now I'll just simply go to one important thing over here. Most importantly, the most important business metric to track in SaaS is, what is my ARR showing and what is the movement across. So this simple summary is something, again, which I wrote with the help of this. I use Claude. I moved from ChatGPT to Claude. Once I prepared this, we can clearly verify. For example, new is 50,400. So if I go to September 2025 in my customer sheet and go to new column and filter on new, I get this number, which is 50,400. So similarly, if we do this for the other items, this will also be absolutely correct. The most fun part was, since this query was working, the other important metric we track is copy paste, but for customers. So there I simply went to Claude. As you can see over here, I simply mentioned that, I have a working M code with an ARR waterfall. All I want is to get the customer count as a unique customer. I didn't do anything. I just copy pasted that code, and this came out as a working file, which is fully scalable, automated. To make it more dynamic and more automatic, I even added the last customer closing count with another simple one prompt. I added it over here to build it. Now what I will show you is, how this is dynamic. So as we can see, currently all the data is only up to September 25, including the table above, Power Query loaded data, and even the chart below. So I can simply change the date to, for example, even today's date. I've loaded sample data in Zoho, 14th November 2025. And if I come here, go to data, queries and connections, and if I refresh all, as you can see, this is completely pushed even more data, which is up to November 2025. To verify this, I can show that, if I go to the invoice column, earlier it was only September, and now we can see from 1st October up to 14th, 14 November is getting populated. Revenue recognition earlier was sorry, this file remains the same, just that the amount of line items would have gone up below. As you can see, up to 14 November, it's taking now. Customer master sheet is still loading, as you can see over here. But while it is loading, I think we should be able to see that, two additional columns get
The
added.
last 1 minute is left.
Yes. So yeah, while this query continues to load, most importantly, what I would like to now share is, like this really solves a very important pain point that I have at work, and this is something that's really scalable. I can save 48 hours roughly in a year for doing some better quality work. Why this really matters is I've used simple logic and converted into code with the help of AI. I've created really live dashboards which even my founder can hit refresh and check. It's a scalable and automated solution. It is completely error free and very easy to use. And if there are practicing CAs who have a lot of SaaS clients, which I know of, this can also be used by them. Most importantly, I can help close my revenue, which took 3 days, in 3 minutes. Uh, I just like to see if the data was loaded. There's some issue that has happened, I think. No, as you can see, October and November have also been added correctly. And maybe the last check, if we show, let's take net new for
Sir,
November.
time is over.
Okay, noted. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it from my side. I thank you for giving me the opportunity to present my case, and happy to take any questions you may have.